Verb, you know, write, go, eat, right? Explain. All these are verbs. So these verbs can have voice, active voice and passive voice. If you want to emphasize on the doer of the action, that is who performs the action, who does the action, then you put the verb in active voice. If you want to emphasize on the result of the action, what the result of the action is, then you put the verb in passive voice. And when we put the verb in passive voice, we take help. We take help of is, am, are, like different forms of the verb be. We take help according to the tense. And we always put the main verb in past participle. That is V3. That is like the third form. Anyway, you can put it, right? For example, the internet has changed the world. Now, this is present perfect tense. The internet has changed the world. So here, if you notice, the internet is the doer of the action. Who is performing the action? Internet is performing the action, right? Where is the action being passed? To the world. This is the object. So what kind of sentence structure is needed? You require a subject, then the object, then the verb. Let me just erase this verb, and then you have object. And as I shared with you all earlier, object can be of two types, direct object or indirect object. Like, for example, if I say, Parth gave me the answer. So Parth gave whom, gave what? Two objects are there. So gave whom, that is indirect object. Gave what, that is direct object. So whatever it may be, you require an object. This is the way the sentence should be in active voice if it has to be changed to passive voice. So the internet has changed the world. Now when you have to change it into passive voice, so this, the world, this becomes the subject. And now we put it this way, has been changed by the internet. So this subject comes over here. It becomes the object of this word by, of the preposition by. And in between, see, do you notice this? We have this verb been. This is the helping verb. Of course, perfect tense. So we do have the word has. So be, is, am, are, was, were, been, being. These are all forms of the verb be. So we take help of the verb be to put something in passive voice. Like I schedule these classes every day. These classes are scheduled by me every day. You getting it? So when do you put the sentences in active voice? When you have to emphasize on the doer of the action. When do you put them in passive voice? When you have to emphasize on the result of the action. So moving forth, we will be writing so many things. There'll be certain sentences you'll be writing in active voice. Some you'll be writing in passive voice. All right. So you will require this kind of structure and how to put the things in active voice, how to put them in passive voice. So only the following sentence construction can be changed into passive. I just told you it requires an object, subject, verb, and object. If I just say that Disha joined the class just now. So joined what? The class. The class was joined by Disha just now. But if I say Disha joined just now, this cannot be changed into passive voice. Because Disha joined what? That is missing over here. Or Disha joined whom? That is missing over here. Object is missing. So this will go in active voice only. Disha joined just now. So do not try to put everything in passive voice. Remember, when you have to talk about an action, and then in that action, you have to focus on the result of the action. For example, this road repair, this kind of thing, we never put in active voice. We never say, oh, the laborers have repaired the road. We always say the road has been repaired. Now, there are two types of passive, be passive and get passive. So what happens in be passive? In be passive, we always take help of the verb be. We take help of the verb be. Its different forms: is, am, are, was, were. This will change according to the tense, right? Been, being. So this be passive is when we have the be verb. This is more formal in your writings, like be passive. This is more formal. But if you look at the native speakers of English, now when you go abroad, you'll find the native speakers of English using a lot of get passive. So you should be familiar with that also. So get passive is found in informal style, in spoken English. And how do we have the sentences in get passive? In get passive, you put them like this: something gets done. Get otherwise means to get me something, bring me something. Get me water, bring me water. But passive, in a passive voice, in get, either soon after the get verb, you have V3. V3 means that is the past participle form of verb. You're going to have this. Or in get passive, you can have adjective also soon after it. So with be passive is the usual. What examples we just discussed, those are all with be passive. But get passive is like this. Let's get example. When I work a lot, I get tired. I get exhausted. So get tired. Notice when you say you get tired. So tired is the past participle form. Or you get exhausted. When you get a good result, you get happy, right? Suppose you play outside in the hot sun, you get thirsty. See now how we can put the adjectives also over here? These are all in get passive. So remember, why should we be familiar with get passive? Because the native speakers of English use a lot of get passive. So you should also be in that habit. The basic clear to everybody about be passive and get passive?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we also have passive with modals. Do you know what modals are? Can, could, shall, should, all these words are modals, right? Look at these sentences. What should be done to save water? This is passive voice. How do we put it in active? What should we do to save water? Look at this sentence now. Let me give it to you over here. So by us is understood. You need not put that, oh, what should be done to save water by us. So sometimes that agent is understood, who the agent is. Talking about ourselves. Huh? So what should be done to save water? What should we do? See how we put it in passive? You put be soon after it, right? And then you put the past participle form of the verb. Getting it? So you put should be done, past participle form. Now, how can adults be motivated? So how can adults, the subject, so you have can and then be motivated. What must be done to, see now, must be done to reduce crime. How can unemployment be reduced? So when you have to talk about something or somebody, put that in soon after the model and before the be verb. Come on now. I need few sentences from you all where you have passive voice with models. These are all questions. You can just make a statement also.
How can student be stopped to play online games?
Okay, let me write your sentence now, and a good sentence. I'm typing your sentence. How can
Student be stopped to play online games?
Okay. Passive structure, correct. But I want to share a few other things with you. All right, Parth, and with everybody. See, whenever we talk about discouragement or stopping this way, how can student be stopped? You stop somebody, huh? You stop somebody from doing something. You discourage someone from doing something. You encourage to do, but you stop from doing. You discourage from doing something. Getting my point? So how can students, of course it was, be stopped from playing? Right, Parth? From playing. The others also. You can make a note of it. So you stop
Yes, ma'am.
someone from doing something. That is the idea behind it. You stop someone from doing something. So how can students be stopped from playing online games? Now, next thing I would like to share with you is the pronunciation of the word stopped. Pronounce it again, Parth.
Stopped.
Ah,
Stop. Wait.
no, wait. Now, do you all know the rule regarding pronunciation of the words ending with ed? Yes or no? Let me know, please. Dhruvil,
No,
Gungun.
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Now, understand, make a note of it. When you have ed, after which sounds? First sound, per sound, ch sound, k sound, s sound. 5 sounds. We'll go with the sound, huh? If you add ed after 5 sounds, then the sound is equal to t, t. It's not pronounced as d, it's pronounced as t. Yes, Disha, your sentence is correct, huh? It's pronounced as t. Now, let's look at this word now. So how should we pronounce it? Laughed? No, laughed. Laughed. Huh? Everyone laughed at me. Stopped. T sound, huh? Stopped. And this is given even in the dictionary. If you look up for the pronunciation of this. Watched. I watched it on TV last night. I watched. Asked. Like just now, Disha gave a sentence in which the word fixed was there. So we don't say fixed. Huh? Fixed. So remember, you go with the sound. Fixed. Sir sound is there. Fixed. Asked. The prices should be fixed. So asked and then fixed. That goes with sir sound. Missed. I missed my bus in the morning. Missed, not missed. Missed. This will affect your spoken English also. Imagine somebody says, oh, I missed my bus in the morning. And then you say, I missed my bus in the morning. Look at the fluency. Right? How can students be stopped from playing online games? How can students be stopped from playing online games? See the change? Right. But have you understood this rule, all of you? That ed is pronounced as t if it comes after these sounds, right? And if it comes after t and d, t or t or d sounds. Let's look at d, t or d sounds. Then it's pronounced as it. That's why add, when you put this way, added, right? Rated. It's rated highly. Rated. Added. So you pronounce it this way. And for all other words, the sound is just the covered. That way. So look at the last sentence. How can unemployment be reduced? Not reduced, no, reduced. Understood? Clear to everyone? Now let me look at your sentences. What have you shared? Disha shared one. His car should be fixed. What about the others? I need one sentence in passive voice using models from everyone now.
Ma'am, the work
Parth
should
gave
be
me one.
done.
Wait, Parth gave me one. So Parth, have you understood the correction over there? We cannot say how can students be stopped to play, but stopped from playing online games, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Gungun, your sentence?
The work should be done on time.
Good. So you've understood how you have these sentences in passive voice using models?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
you all know, just become a little more conscious, familiar with the rules. Now, you have to tell me whether these sentences are in active voice or passive voice. Read the sentence and tell me.
Many different languages are spoken in Canada.
Correct. So it is are spoken. Parth, second.
All the food at the party was eaten. Active voice.
Why active? Who ate this? Do we have the mention of the doer of the action? No.
Yeah, that's passive.
So this is passive. See, look at this verb, how it has been put. It was eaten. You got the be form and then you got the past participle form of the verb. Gungun?
Active voice, ma'am. Like I fed the cat last night.
This is active voice. Disha, the next one.
The mail is delivered every day.
So is delivered. Okay, Dhruvil?
Yes, ma'am. The mailman delivers our mail in the morning. Active voice.
Active voice. And Disha, what was that sentence? The mail is delivered every day. What is that, active or passive?
Ma'am, active.
You see the difference between the two sentences now? The mail is delivered. That means somebody delivers it. The mailman delivers. So we've got the mention of someone who delivers it. So which should be inactive? Yes, Disha?
The second one, the mailman delivers our mail in
Yes.
the morning.
This and the first one which you gave is delivered. This is in passive voice. All right. Gungun?
The meeting will be held in the conference room. Ma'am, active voice.
How? Who will hold the meeting? Do we have a mention of that? Who will hold the meeting?
Passive voice.
Will be held. See the structure of the sentence. The verb will be held. Parth?
The mechanic has already fixed my car. That's active voice.
Active voice.
Because mechanic and my car.
Correct. Disha?
20 people were invited to the party. Ma'am, passive voice.
Correct. Passive voice.
Active voice, ma'am.
Active voice, ma'am.
Correct. They will make a decision. Next one.
Ma'am,
Active voice.
Passive voice.
active.
Ma'am, I said second one is passive voice.
Why did you say it is passive voice?
The wind blew down the
Who is
trees.
so the wind is the doer of the action. The wind performs.
Yeah, ma'am, I got it. Yeah. Sorry, I
Oh,
made
and
mistake.
one more person said it was in passive voice. Gungun, you said?
No, ma'am, I said active voice.
You said active voice.
Yeah, ma'am.
Right. Understood? Clear to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Active and passive structure should be correct. And then which ones we have? Nobody's going to ask you, give the sentences in active and passive voice. This will, of course, never be asked. But you should know how to structure them correctly so that you do not falter in your writing. See, this is the way the sentences are when it comes to be passive, in active and passive voice, in different tenses. You see now, when we say Harish, present simple tense, these are all the tenses. Harish cleans the desk once a week. Passive is the desk is cleaned once a week by Harish. He is cleaning the desk now. See the continuous tense is being. So you put the word being, B-E-I-N-G. But this is main verb is always in past participle, cleaned. Harish has cleaned, has been cleaned. Perfect continuous tenses, whether in present, past, or future, do not have any sentence in passive voice. So don't try to put those in passive voice. Future continuous tense also cannot be put in passive voice. Huh? He'll be cleaning the desk at this time tomorrow. We cannot put it in passive voice. The others can be. Clear to everybody? So now we are going to see where you're going wrong with these. When you start speaking, when you write about something. So if I point out, you should be able to understand that, oh, why that particular sentence is wrong. What is wrong with the voice? Clear to everyone? So now you give me the sentences. Use the passive voice of the verb provided to complete the sentences if passive voice is needed. Where needed. Huh? Yes,
Dinner,
Gungun.
dinner was served. No, dinner is served now.
When we say dinner, it's served now. Present simple tense, when do we use? When we talk about something that happens every day.
Yeah.
When the now word is there, that means something is happening now.
Oh, yeah.
Something
It has
is happening
repaired.
now. No. Something. So I'm correcting the first one also. Something is happening now. So dinner is being served now. Somebody is serving dinner now. So dinner is being served now. So my car is at the service station. What is happening to the car now?
It has repaired.
No, that action is not over. It is being repaired.
Okay.
Like what is happening? Or dinner is being served now. Where is your car? My car is at the service station. It is being repaired now. Now what is happening? This is what is in progress. So we put it this way in passive voice. Okay. Parth, give me the third sentence.
Dinner was served at 7 last night.
Correct. You are quite clear about the rules, huh? Was served. Yes, Disha, go ahead.
The book was published in 1950.
Correct.
The question was discussed at our next meeting.
Next meeting. So next meeting will be in the future. It was not in the past. So we cannot say was
The
discussed.
question will be discussed at our next meeting.
Discussed. Huh? Should be heard. Will be discussed. Correct.
Water cover most of the surface.
Water covers. So this is an active voice only. Huh? Water covers.
Covers.
Next one, Disha.
How much of Earth's surface is covered by water?
Good. Is covered by water. Yes, Dhruval?
Yes, ma'am. It should be repaired a long time ago.
See, it should be repaired now. But a long time ago. How will we put it?
Past.
So how should we put it? It should. You all understand Hindi. If I were to say it in Hindi, usko bahut pehle hi repair ho jana chahiye tha. That kind of a thing. So how do I put it now? Road is in very bad condition. It should.
Had repaired a long time ago.
No, we cannot say it should had. After the models, we always put the present form of verb. So we cannot put had. See, the road never repairs on its own, right? Somebody repairs it. It should have been repaired. It should have been repaired a long time ago, right? Like you get up and 2 o'clock your mom enters your room and she said, look, your room is in a mess. It should have been cleaned by now. Right? Your bed should have been made by now. You should have made your bed by now. It should have been made by now. Getting it? There are already Omicron cases. Lockdowns should have been imposed by now. Anything you think should have been done by now? Or could have been done by now? Or a long time ago?
Preparation of exam.
Preparation of
prelim exam have been
should have been done.
Because
should have been done.
It is
much
in January.
Okay. Oh, so then by now the preparation for the preliminary board exam should have been done. Should have been completed. Disha and Dhruvil, are you clear about it?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like to share any sentence?
The counseling for NEET should have been started by it.
Very good one. And
Will be.
Patient will be examined by a surgeon tomorrow.
correct. The patient will be examined. Huh? So will be examined. Parth, the next one.
The library book has been already returned.
Okay, now let me write your sentence. You said the library books. Books, it is books. Should we put
Have
has
been.
or have?
Have been.
What you said was have been.
No, it had been.
Why had been?
Because
We
it's
won't say.
already written.
So we can say have been. Correct.
Have been already. I think written should be good. Only written.
No, it should be returned. Passive
Returned.
voice is only with ed, not without. Okay, what is wrong with this sentence? See, whenever you have these adverbs already, always, often, never, when you have this kind of adverbs and you got the helping verbs also. So if there are two helping verbs, this word should come in between the two helping verbs. Like it should always be after the first helping verb. This is the way it should be. Already should come here. The library books have already been returned. We cannot say have been already returned, but have already been returned. This has already been explained.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
Hundreds of people have been injured in the train accident last week.
Okay, when we have a definite time, last week, this is a definite time. So when you have a definite time, you use simple past tense.
Were injured.
Okay,
Were injured. Correct. Very good. Were injured. Disha, the next one.
A lot of measures should be taken worldwide to control the spread of the pandemic.
Very good. Should be taken. Now they are clear to you all. Have you understood?
Yes.
Here we have two sentences. What do you have to do? You have to transform them into the passive voice. So I'm giving you all about 4 minutes. Go through them. You wish to note down any in your notebook? Do that, please. I'll be asking you then after about 4 minutes. Let me time you up.
Yes. My wallet was stolen by someone yesterday.
Very good. Dhruvil, second.
Yes, ma'am. The telephone was invented in 1876 by somebody.
No, you won't say by somebody. Somebody as the agent is not. We don't have to put it. Next one, Disha.
Many jobs were lost by people during economic crisis.
Read the sentence in active voice. Is that in past tense or present perfect? Which tense is there?
Many people have lost their jobs during this economic crisis.
That's present perfect. So how should this be then?
Many jobs are lost.
No. Perfect tense only. Have been lost. This is the way it should be, right? Perfect tense. So many jobs have been lost during this economic crisis. Okay, Disha?
Yes, ma'am.
Parth, the next one.
When did somebody write this letter? So, when was this letter was written by someone?
You won't
When was
repeat
this?
was.
When was this letter wrote by someone?
What did I say? You always put past participle form. So write, wrote, written. So when was this letter written? As I told Dhruvil, we don't put somebody, someone and all. It's understood. When was this letter written?
Yes, ma'am. Do you think a cure for cancer will be discovered by them?
Correct. By them one day. No? Okay. Next one, Disha.
The job offer isn't advertised on the
Look at the tense. Look at the tense. This tense is in past tense, past simple.
past tense.
So how do we put it in passive voice?
The job was not advertised on the internet.
Very good. Parth, the next one.
Almost everybody use a computer these days. Computer is used by everyone.
By almost everybody.
Almost everyone.
So if you put the word computers, then computers are used. Right? Computers are used. Okay, the next one, Dhruval.
Yes, ma'am. This house has been built by my grandparents over 16 years ago.
60. 60. Remember, when we have a definite time, we do not put the sentence in present perfect tense. A definite time. When something happened. That should be in simple past tense. So my grandparents built this house. So built this house. Now this is in simple past tense. Built this house. So simple past tense, how will we have the voice in passive voice? This house
Was built.
Very good. Was built by my grandparents over 60 years ago.
Yeah, ma'am.
Right. Next one. Disha.
I wake up by a loud noise this morning.
The word is woke. Now, you did not wake up anybody or anything, right? Something woke you up. So when you put it in passive, remember the main verb will always be in passive voice. Either you just say, oh, I woke up at this time. So that is simple past tense, I woke up. But here it is a loud noise. A loud noise woke you up. So how do you put that in passive voice then? Yes, Disha? Do it correctly.
I woke up by a loud noise.
Where is the verb be? In a passive voice, the verb be. Something woke you up. So I
was
then
woken up by
woken up
by a loud noise this morning.
Yes, I was woken up. I was woken up by a loud noise this morning. Right? Parth, the next one.
All the hotel staff are treating us really well. We are being treated well by all the staff.
Very good. We are being treated well. Good. So wherever you went wrong, I hope you all have understood